So let's go on. First question. Hold on. This is my first time doing this. All right, here we go. All right, so a friend was in a car wreck last week and did not call the police. Now he is really hurting. What should he do?
And we have this situation happen a lot.
Yes.
Don't give up. A lot of people are in the same boat. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to be okay. I feel fine right now. Maybe they don't even call the police. That's a mistake, and we can go over some of that in a minute. But for right now, tell him that he still has a chance to go to the doctor, to find a doctor, to get medical treatment, because a lot of people really aren't hurting on the day of the wreck or right at the time of the wreck. Most people don't have broken bones or cuts that have to go to the hospital right then. But tomorrow or the next day after the wreck, people really get sore and they really hurt.
They do. They don't feel it right there. And normally what we get a lot is the first reaction when people, call the office asking for a car wreck cases, I'm okay, I'm a little bit hurting, but I'm concerned about my car. Everybody's worried about the car. Well, the car is going to be taken care of anyways, but what about you?
But they're worried about getting to work and things like that. And
True.
I see Lynn has a former adjuster and says she can't impress enough that document everything and take pictures. And we totally agree, especially nowadays with smartphones.
Yes. Okay. So recently we had an accident where, if it had not been for the photos that were provided, it would have been really, really hard to figure out who was at fault because it was like this. So it's who was already on this lane. Okay, so it's really, really important. Take pictures, if you're able to take pictures of the actual scene where the vehicles are, where it happened, if you had to move, just try to go back and just be able to have as much information as you can so we can really, really understand what happened that day and how we can help you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you take pictures of your own vehicle, right? You take pictures if the airbags come out, take a picture of that. If there's a bumper damage or some other issue with your car, take pictures of that. Same thing with the other car, because of course where the damage is, it will help determine who's at fault of the wreck. But also remember to do that with the scene. Like she was saying, maybe there's even skid marks or something like that. I would caution you, don't do that on the freeway. You see people doing strange things. Don't do it. It's just not worth it. Don't get out of your car if you're on a freeway or a busy road. Call the police, put on your hazards.
Get to safety.
Get to
if
safety.
You can drive away.
That's right, because your life is much more important than, of course, exactly how your car is. But if you get a chance, take pictures. You can even take pictures from your car while you're sitting in it the best you can.
Everybody has a phone nowadays. Just pull out the phone, take a picture, just for your own, just for you to be able to have that documented.
I agree. And I would just tell this. Can I go back for a minute? What he should have probably done.
Oh, yes. Okay? Let's go.
A lot of people feel bad that, I hate to do anything and I don't want to call the police, and I don't really feel that bad and they promise they're going to take care of it. That's great, and I really wish we could rely on that, but it's not always true. Sometimes they start denying things. They say they really weren't responsible. They have time to think things through. So call the police, even if it's something minor, call the police. Now, the police may say they're too busy. The police may ask if anybody's injured. If they don't come, there's still something you can do called
the blue form.
The blue form, right. And so we can help you get that, or you can get that through your Department of Public Safety, but at least document something. That's something you would fill out the information on. All right. So first of all, if somebody's injured, call the police. Okay. Make sure you check on somebody else. It's okay to go over and say, "How are you doing? How are you feeling?"
Yeah, that's another question. Should I get out of my car? If somebody rear-ended me, what do I do?
If you're safe, yes, you can get out of your car. But it's human. I guess we should be humans to each other and say, are you okay? Can I call the ambulance?
You go through a lot of emotions. It's like first it's like ah.
And anger.
Then,
Yeah, exactly. So we would encourage you to try to do that, but I don't want you to say you admit fault. Don't go and say, I am so sorry, it's my fault. Even if it was your fault, I really don't want you to say that.
Yeah, that could actually, and that's actually on the front of the car. That's one thing that you should not say. If you're not at fault, don't go out there and be like, I'm so sorry.
But even if you're at fault, wait, let a lawyer look at everything first, because sometimes you may be wrong, and just don't say anything.
You can just say, are you okay?
Exactly.
Do you need an ambulance? I'm going to call the police, or do you want to call the police? You can communicate with the other person. That's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if they're really mad or something like that, obviously try to try to avoid that situation. Don't. Some people get very irate about it. Don't get into a bad situation because of that.
Yes. Okay. So we gotta move on to the next question.
All right.
All right. So next question is.
Well, Lynn has one right now. Should the insurance company contact each person that was in the car when it was totaled? That's a good question. Daughter was a passenger and had a back hurting a few days later, but driver went to the emergency room with whiplash in their car. Insurance adjuster never contacted daughter for statement, yet totaled the car she was in. They closed the file. Hey, Lynn, I think give me a call on that, and it's pretty detailed, and let me answer that for you. Yes, I agree that the insurance company, they're not going to want to do anything they don't have to do, for sure. If your daughter was injured, it doesn't matter if they close the case out or not. She still has a case as long as it's within 2 years of you getting injured. So we can deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So give us a call and we'll at least guide you. And if there's something that can be done, we'll do it. If not, at least we'll have our answer.
Okay, good.
Okay?
Yes, give us a call.
Okay. All right, so sorry about that.
All right, so here's another question that came from last week. I am having trouble getting my car fixed after my last accident. I just want to get my car fixed so I can get to work. So
Okay.
What should they do?
I know we're in a hurry, but I didn't get to finish everything to answer. Make sure that you get this information that's on here. Get their name.
Yes. Oh,
a lot of people don't do
please.
that. Okay, so get the name and their address, phone number, and the license plate number. Now you can take pictures of all this and the insurance
Yes.
and the insurance policy.
You can also do that. I mean, you can go with your phone and say, can I take a picture of your driver's license? Can I take a picture of your insurance card? You can do that too. If you don't have the form, it's okay. Just document it, okay?
Absolutely. And let me say this, that make sure you take notes. Think about how the cars came to rest. Witnesses. We have a case right now that I really believe my client's telling the truth, but we have no witnesses, and it's a he said, she said. We tried to find videos from a gas station nearby, and they're very difficult cases. These cases are not easy to file suit on, or at least they're costly, and a lot of times your injuries just don't add up to it. We can do that another day, but I just want to mention to you, if there's a witness there, don't count on the police officer to write that person's name down. You get that information.
Oh, yes, please. Okay, so because we just had a case come through this week, and our client, the exchange form that the officer gave her was her own. So it's like, where do we begin? She's like, I was so nervous, I didn't even look at it. When I looked at it, it was my own information. So she doesn't even know where to begin.
Yeah, even police officers make mistakes. So,
yes.
So
stay calm.
Stay calm.
More than
All
anything.
right, and okay.
Right,
so how do we get the car fixed?
Yeah, how do we get the car fixed if it's been a while?
Okay. The first thing you do, let's talk about right after the wreck. The first thing you should do, make sure you know where your car is, because sometimes they're towed.
True.
If they're in your front driveway, obviously that's easy. But if it's towed, you have to figure out where it is. And a lot of times, hopefully the police officer has written down that information for you. It makes it a lot easier than trying to find it, in Houston, find a car.
Mm-hmm.
Once you know where it is, if the other insurance, let's say the other people are at fault, okay, then you want to contact the other insurance company and say, hey, you know what, my car is at, the Shell gas station at blah, 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 or the storage unit. The reason why you want to do that is you want to make sure that you put the insurance company on notice that your car is a storage unit, because what's going to happen is if let's say you don't give them notice, they're not going to pay for all those days that your car's in the storage. You really have a duty to go ahead and tell them as soon as possible, and then they should send an adjuster or somebody to go out there and take pictures and do an estimate of it.
Yes.
Now, go ahead.
No, I was going to say something else, but go on. Finish.
All right. So I didn't want you to give a statement, though. Okay, the other insurance company, they're going to want to know all about your injuries. They're going to want to know about how it happened. They want to know everything. You don't have to tell them that. That's not your duty. You don't have a duty to the other people's insurance company. And I promise you that they are there to help their own client.
Yes.
They are not there to help you. They're not going to be fair to you.
Yes.
These insurance companies make billions and billions of dollars, then cry about paying out something for somebody who's really injured. Okay?
So true.
So please don't give a statement. Please don't do that. I tell people that, but they feel bad. They feel guilty. They
a lot
want
of
to
people
help.
don't want to deal with it too. It's like it is a hassle. I mean, when you're in an accident, the first thing is like, oh my gosh, my car is like totally damaged. How am I gonna get to work? That's the one thing that they're concerned about. But I mean, they really need to think about also their injuries and if they're hurting. That's also very important.
Yeah, that's true.
We have a quick question right here from Patty. What should I do if I get hit by an object?
I guess.
If I hit an object.
Okay. Well, that's a good question. Obviously, you're going to have to report it to your own insurance company. If it's more than $500 worth of damage, then you may want to do it. But if it's real close to the $500, I don't know that I would call them. I would probably go ahead and get it fixed because your insurance rates will go up.
Not only that, but you also have to have full coverage for that.
Yeah,
liability is not going to cover it.
Yeah, that's true.
Liability only protects the people that you hit, and full coverage protects you and the other people.
Yeah, that's right. Now, getting back to the car damages real quick. Okay, so there are two things you need to be aware of, and probably this is a longer question. We're at 13 minutes now. Let me finish this, though. Okay, so if your car is not totaled, in other words, it's fixable, then you're entitled to a rental car. You are entitled to a rental car, the equivalent of what you drive. But the truth of the matter is, the insurance company is not going to approve that.
No.
They're going to want you to get the smallest, cheapest car you can find. Okay? You will get reimbursed.
Yeah, we did have a case where we helped our client. It was his work van, and he's a subcontractor. So he needed a work van to carry his tools, his supplies, and everything to be able to perform his job. And he just couldn't do without it. So it took us a week, but we got him what he needed. It's just a matter of getting on the phone and just, going at it.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't give up.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't give up on that. All right, so back to the rental car. If your car is fixable, you're entitled to that. Make sure you find a good body shop. You can pick anybody you want. A lot of times the insurance company says, oh, we have such and such approved and blah, blah, blah. They may be fine, but you're entitled to your own choice. So don't be bullied into doing something they want you to do.
Yeah.
You can even take it to a dealership. You don't have to take it somewhere cheap. You can take it anywhere you want. So if it's a dealership and you want to do that, get your estimate done then.
Yes, get it done.
Okay.
All right, last question real quick.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Okay.
One more, second part on that. We may have to come back to the next question next time.
Okay.
But, all right, so if it's a total loss,
yes,
technically you're not entitled to a rental car.
I know, which is ridiculous.
It is because Texas,
but you don't have a car.
Well, Texas somehow believes that everybody just has money in their pocket to go purchase a new car pending everything else.
And the worst is when your vehicle is total, what happens, especially if you're still paying the car note, and you're without a car and you still need to get the money. And a lot of the times people only get the value, they get the value of their vehicle. Okay, so the loan gets paid out, but then you don't have any money to go buy a new one.
But even if your car is brand new and you don't get that gap insurance, which I usually don't get, but you could be upside down on your car and owe more than it's worth.
Still had to pay, even though,
Now, I will tell you that some of the insurance companies actually do the right thing and go ahead and pay for a rental car for a very short amount of time for you to be able to try to look for a car. So I will give that to them, that has happened before, but I just want to make sure everybody knows. So it depends if your car is totaled, which means that you have more than 70% of damage to repair as compared to the value of the car.
Yes, that's very important to know. You need to know exactly how much damage there is and see what the value of your vehicle is. So, make sure that you have, some sort of estimate either from the repairs or the value of your vehicle. You can go to kbb.com and do like a quick estimate just to have an idea. So when you're talking to the adjuster, you know what your vehicle is worth and you know whether or not they're being fair.
Yeah, KBB, Kelly Blue Book. And then NADA is also good.com. They're both excellent. The insurance companies will not use those, but that's the best we can do without hiring an independent estimate person.
Yes.
Okay?
All right, ready for the last one?
Let's do the last one
real
real quick. What is it?
Okay, I had a car wreck. Hold on. Okay, I had a car wreck, and the insurance adjuster keeps calling me. Do I need to talk to them or keep talking to them?
No, the answer is no. Now look, on your property damage, I do want you to call them and you can tell them where the car is and what the damage is. But again, don't agree to give a recorded statement. Don't give a statement. That really hurts you later on. Even if you're telling the absolute truth, even if you're, saying exactly what you remembered happening, you have to remember they're trained, like a police officer is trained. They're trained to ask you questions. They're trained to get the information they want out of you. So even if you're telling the truth, don't do that. Have a lawyer help you with that if the time comes.
Yes.
But yes, call the adjuster on the property damage, but nothing else. I have had adjusters try to say, okay, I'm going to give you $1,000 for your injuries, and people do sign up for that. I've heard some people who are like hundreds of thousands of dollars of injuries later who've accepted some small amount. And be careful when you sign a check, even a property damage check, that it doesn't say that you're giving up all your rights.
Yeah, you need to be very careful. So it never hurts to talk to an attorney. Give us a call if you have any questions, or if you were involved in an accident and are hurt, give us a call. We'll be very, very happy to help you and answer any questions.
Yeah, that's right. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so don't forget to sign up. Okay, attorneymcclure.com, accident form, and we're going to mail you 2 of these, and you can keep these in your glove box and just, have them ready for, hopefully you'll never need it, but if you do, have it handy.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll be happy you did.
I will say this, if the other people don't have insurance and you're dealing with your own insurance company, you do have a duty to talk to the adjuster. That's a topic for another day.
Yes.
But just be aware of that. If you're looking to your own insurance company to fix something, you have a duty to speak with them. I still say talk to an attorney first. But if you blow them off totally, they could say, no, we're not going to fix your car.
If you don't, but that's your own insurance, okay? You do have a duty to them. So I think that's it for today.
Right.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Okay, be sure to make some questions in the comments, right, for next
either
week?
Send it to us in private message, like some of you did from last week, or put it on the comments below, and if we didn't get to those questions today, we'll get to those next week.
That's right.
The Zoom. And don't forget to sign up, and we'll mail you 2 of these for free, so you can keep them in your glove box, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, that was pretty fun for the first time. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody who joined us. See you guys
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.